I don't know, 300,000 people. He causes a lot of trouble on Twitter talking about technology and things like that.
Wow.
He knows Elon Musk personally. They hang.
Well done.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And by the way, Mark, you need to change your name from Grums to Arlen so I don't get confused at the bottom of your page. And then James A, same thing. You need to change your name to whoever you're using for a character name.
Okay.
Grums, what are you for a character class?
Well, I'm a cleric, barely.
Whoa.
Okay. And
I chose different spells.
James A, what is your character class and character name?
He's a 3rd level fighter. He hasn't changed his name yet.
Fine.
Yeah, 3rd level fighter. What kind of name? I don't know. Let's go with Armani.
Okay, Armani. That's what you need to change on the bottom of your picture.
The original TSR crowd just reversed their name.
Oh, okay.
Well, not all of them, but some of us did.
James, don't dispute me. Not like you were there, buddy.
Yeah, really. All right, now there is that rule that I have of you're not supposed to be funnier than the referee, Nick.
Okay.
So kind of curb that back a little bit.
Merry Christmas? I don't think so.
Yeah, really. So JR, hit points, buddy.
27.
27, thank you. And Armani, I need hit points.
20.
Oh, that's very nice. So, John, what your hit points are? John?
Drawn?
At 18, I believe.
18, very good.
Just like my Fako.
28?
Okay, and then Levi, is that your name as your monk?
Yes.
Okay.
He is a monk of the tribe.
Yeah, really.
That's right.
All right, we are ready to go anytime you are, Walt.
There's the joke because we're already broadcasting. Ha ha!
Oh no! I regret everything I said.
Yeah, there was that thing about the hookers and blow in Tijuana that you just didn't stop about, but it was so endearing I just couldn't bring myself to say.
Wait. We all signed NDAs for that.
Yeah, right.
Ruh-roh.
But I gave away my Prodigy password.
Okay, so very good. Just a quick recap. This very strange fellow Nick said, "I'd kind of like to play in a Gygaxian dungeon," and I am able to give him that. I've made a dungeon much like Gary's, with many of the features Gary had in his dungeon that Nick is going to swear and be unhappy about as time goes on, and so we started last week as 3rd level characters, and Nick has actually gone up a level. He's changed from a thief magic user to a thief fighter. No, a magic user fighter to a fighter thief. Very good. Okay, nobody has any magic yet except for some potions, and
One
we
spear.
are ready.
We have
We have one spear of first strike.
Oh, that's right. Thank you very much, Andrew. Yes, you have a spear, and we are ready to go back to the dungeons where we were all living in the Red Dragon Inn in Greyhawk, and it's a fine place. It guarantees security, but it's a gold piece a day, which is kind of expensive.
Excellent. If I could just interrupt real quick, I'll have Walt start the show and introduce us all, and then we'll get rolling.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, like you said, Greyhawk Legends, as done by James Ward, was the brainchild of Nick Cole, a.k.a. Prometheus. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful, sir. I've had a great day. I spent the night. This will be something that you enjoy last night, learning the mystical ways of jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice. Brazilian or Japanese?
Marine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were doing McMap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a recon sniper who was teaching, and I'm like, all right, let's take it to this level, buddy.
Their calisthenics and warm-ups hurt almost worse than the classes.
Yeah, basically. I was like, well, I didn't think I was going to have to work out before I came. Geez. I instantly regretted the carrot cake that I'd had, to be all sugar ready.
I bet you did, yes.
Oh, yeah. Author Michael Rothman coming in with Levi the Monk. I got a wave. That's.
It was a passionate wave, though.
It was a very passionate wave. Speaking of passionate waving, we have Lance Scorpio as played by author J.R. Hanley.
Dun,
Good
dun, dun,
afternoon.
dun.
Wordna Phoenix, who is the like. I got to tell you, man, you're the saving grace of this thing. We would have died like 10 times if it weren't for you.
Really?
I've never seen anyone dungeon at that level.
Yes.
Just like literally, like I check this, I do that, I do these things. So I'm like, but I just want to reach in the box and take the shiny thing. I
Leroy
realized I
Jenkins.
have lost my hand about 3 different ways.
He's
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
adult in the room.
Yeah.
Basically.
He is a careful fellow. He plays pretty good.
And then also joining us and filling in a slot, we have Armani, played by author James S. Aaron.
Hello.
Jason S. Aaron.
Yeah.
My bad.
James.
All right.
There's like how many Jameses do we have today?
Yeah, well, you can be Jason today.
I'm the 5th James.
Why
We have
doesn't
just
anyone want
enough.
to be? Why doesn't anyone want to be Jimmy?
Yeah,
Because Jimmy's that guy. We've always known that guy.
yeah,
Nobody
really.
likes Jimmy.
So
Jimmy gets beat up.
He's thin too. Jimmys are all thin.
yeah, we don't get then. But
No.
yeah, James was on the Coffee and Concept show with me the other day, doing some highly caffeinated talking, and he's going to bring all that United States Army experience into this game, I hope.
All right.
Oh yes.
All right,
Excellent.
James, take it away.
No, wait. We do a last but not least.
Well, no.
Arlen?
Mark had Nick had already introduced him, so we can introduce him
Okay.
again.
Let's
Let's
go
do
one
it
more
again.
time for the audience.
So, game designer extraordinaire, superhuman, and violator of all things browser-based. How's that?
Perfect.
Mark, are you still there? He's got a mute on.
All right.
There's
That's
a button.
wonderful.
Hopefully, he'll
Hi.
chime back in soon.
Hey, he's here.
I'm hearing him. Are you not hearing him?
No, I got him muted on my side.
I'm hearing him just fine.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear.
Maybe you muted him. How rude.
all right. I'm gonna reset.
Yeah.
What was it called? From Interplay?
Starfleet, but it's not a video game.
No, but it was. It was. What was the Interplay title?
Oh, Star Reach.
No, it was based on Star Trek. It was
Starfleet Battles.
Starship Command or something like that.
Nope. Yeah. I know where you had the away teams and you could beam down to the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't work on that, but I worked with a guy who worked on that game.
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Let's burn time. Okay, you're back, Walt.
Can't hear him. We
All
can
right,
see
James,
him.
take it away, man. Take us into this.
Okay,
dungeon
very
and
good.
Reward
All right,
us.
so
Live up to your moniker, Monty Hall. That or nothing.
there we go. We're all living in the Red Dragon Inn. We're very happy to be there. And you're all good buds. You've saved each other's lives many times in the past year. And now you've started exploring Castle Greyhawk. And in the first session, you guys talked to the elves in the elven ruins and found them disgusting as they grabbed your figurine of wondrous power out of your backpack, which is really kind of a rip.
It seems like an
But
extortion scheme.
Yeah, really. They take the best magic item that they want from the group as they come up. And unfortunately for you guys, you kind of halfway came up, and so they stole a spear from you, and then they took the figurine of wondrous power, which would have been great experience for somebody. And so we haven't dealt with the dwarves yet in the Dwarven Tower. They take 10% off the top and the best gem that you guys have. And then, of course, you have the famous Castle Greyhawk ruins, which which you haven't gone into, but are certainly ready to be entered anytime you wish. So all you have to do is decide which one you want to go to as you ride the 10 miles from Greyhawk City to Castle Greyhawk.
Can we take 2 minutes of quick homework just to go over a couple of things?
Why, of course we can, Andrew.
Outstanding. Number one, everyone should look at the experience point change so that they can tab that in. That might affect some of you who don't require as much for levels. I emailed that all out to you, and Walt, I added you to the share. 2, Jim, I sent you an updated character sheet with a spell swap I'm doing. Added an apple, added stuff for my horse, added a bunch of other things you'll see on my list for the changes and locations.
Okay, was any of it magical?
No, just the change in my spell, so you can see.
All right, that's all I care about, actually.
So, all right, I'm done.
Okay, very good.
Cool.
All right, so Nick, you're kind of the leader of the group temporarily until you really screw up. So
Yeah.
where do you want to go?
Well, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and say, stand back. And then I'm going to display the map that we acquired off that shield that we found in the goblin toilet.
Oh, yeah, the map. That wasn't a toilet, by the way. Well, maybe it was kind of a toilet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Goblin Toilet is going to be the name of my next band.
And basically just say, okay, here's what we can do. We can go ahead and try to clear out the rest of that level. We could go wipe out the goblins, or we could take a look in the dwarf tower. And I don't know, Castle Greyhawk, maybe you need a little bit more experience, right?
Yeah, that's literally like walking into an open grasslands with an ogre as your lawnmower.
Yeah, really. It's tougher. It gets tougher on purpose. It gets tougher the lower you go down in the dungeon. And the second level would probably kill you all in the second encounter.
James, what's your post called where the map is so we can look at that?
Give me that again.
It would just be on his Facebook feed.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just don't know what you call the post so I can find it.
I don't know what he called it. Maybe from last Monday.
What did I call it? I called it.
It's a secret.
I called it to level 2 is what I called it.
Thanks for playing. All right.
Yeah, really.
Got it.
And all you were guaranteed was that you wouldn't go through any teleporters. You weren't guaranteed anything else.
So we could go back and wipe out the goblins. We could try to wipe out the mushroom men. We could continue exploring unexplored areas. We could make it to level 2. I'm going to refer to the wizard and his wizardly intelligence and experience.
Yikes. Well, I had bad dreams about Greyhawk last night, which included watch out for mirrors, don't make any deals, and try not to walk in pools of water. Those are all.
It's kind of interesting because I just finished the third level for the Greyhawk Castle, and I put in a very deadly magical mirror and a very deadly pool. So
there you go. We're channeling our inner Jim, which is all bad.
We must be psychically connected.
So we've got the existing map plus Prometheus's map. It might make sense to continue on there if we want to try and get a little more magic to give us a little bit of buttress.
I think so.
The spear. One thing we need to try and do a better job at this time is make our battle order a little more conducive to combat. So if the person with the first strike spear is up front, that changes our initiative on prelate, gives us a better shot at getting a chance to hit. We took a pretty good amount of damage and walked away somewhat luckily.
Okay.
And we did all right in the last one. I've upgraded to a little more offensive. So the 2 people I were able to kill last time, hopefully now it'll be 3. So do we have 1 dwarf? Is that right?
Who's a dwarf?
Definitely not me unless you're talking real life.
Oh, I hate
No
that.
dwarf.
Okay, so we don't. So we have nobody shorter.
Now, originally we had Nick Prometheus up front because of his fighter and elf abilities. So I'd happily pass the spear if that makes us more effective.
Oh, Lance, come on. You love that spear.
I do. But
you don't really want to pass it. You don't want to pass it to a guy like Nick.
Well, now that he's a thief, probably not.
Yeah, exactly. He'll sell that sucker on you.
So
All right,
I'm one of the ones who has the most hit points. There's another person who has a lot of hit points too.
I have 27.
Levi's in good shape.
So Levi, you have 27.
Yeah,
What's your AC?
7.
Okay.
Remember, I'm a monk. I don't wear anything.
Yep. Dram, what's your AC?
0.
Okay, so you're a major blood bag. You're the cleric, right?
Yes, I am.
Roger that. And now, Armani, you are a fighter. What is your AC?
20. Oh, AC is 10.
No,
Actually,
it's not.
I probably need to bump that up. That was level 1. So
What are you wearing for armor?
Right, that will help.
Oh, okay.
You wearing plate and shield, or plate or chainmail? What are you wearing?
Bathrobe.
I know. Can I do plate and shield? Is that reasonable?
Of course you can.
Okay.
We're here to have fun, my friend.
So what's your dexterity, Armani?
Dexterity is 11.
All right, so you're armor class 2. Roger that.
Okay.
Crumbs. Oh, wait, you're now Arlen.
Yep, AC 4.
Got it. And your hit points?
They are now 15.
Awesome.
Dun
Okay.
dun dun dun.
Who am I missing? Chrome.
Prometheus.
Chrome, you are FT. You're 2 and 2. Armor class is what now?
-1.
Awesome.
Damn.
And your hit
Yeah,
points?
I know.
19.
All right, so you are major league, top of the food chain. But in our 10x10,
I like to think so. Ha ha!
we should have you and Levi up front because Levi can do a ton of brawling damage and can avoid a lot more with 27 hit points. Levi, are you okay with front line, or do you want to be second line?
Oh, I'm fine front line as long as my dice work.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I'm your thief, so I should probably hang back a bit and support. I would say
No
Levi-
way in the world. Come on, Nick. You got a -1 armor class.
Word
I
no.
would say Levi, Lance, myself.
Do we lose the first?
Magic user cleric.
So
And-
if we're 7 now, I want to be dead in the center of this sandwich.
Right.
I want meat bags on the front and the back of me because I have 11 whole hit points.
Yeah.
You poor
So-
guy.
If I have the spear of first strike, shouldn't I be in front of Levi? Not the
Yeah,
other way
I
around.
would say,
Whoever's going to carry that, and who is that?
Lance.
Lance.
Scorpio.
All right,
I
so
would say Scorpio, Levi,
yeah,
myself.
I'm going to be next to you, Chrome. That's the
Yeah.
button.
I would put a cleric between you and I, and put a cleric on the other side of you, and
Well,
then I'm on your.
So if I actually sit in my own row, so
Yeah.
2 in front, 2 in back, 1 and 1, then yeah, that works for me fine.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to take the back row? Just so we're clear on that, we have
Armani.
another cleric.
I guess that
now,
leaves me. Yeah.
Armani.
and wait, Armani, I have as a fighter, and Arlen is a cleric. Is that accurate?
I'm a fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
And I am a cleric.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make you guys the back of the line.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. All right, James, we're ready to go. While we're on horseback, I'm going to do what Gary punished into my head multiple times, be looking for herbs, exotic in some way, that I can gather on the 10-mile trip to take for various spell components and things to give to Claire.
Okay, so roll a 6-sided die there, wizard.
Roger that. 1.
Okay, you don't find any herbs.
Damn it.
Got it.
Okay, so what chunk of the castle are we exploring?
We're going to go back to the elf tower and back down to the bottom, the level that we started at, where we hit the 2 Spriggans.
Okay, very good.
We deal with
So-
the elves and agree to their terms.
Yep, the elves say hi, and they note that you have a magical spear, so they won't be taking that.
Yeah.
And down you go down the stairs, and you come out to a place you've already mapped, which is a 30 by 40 yard chamber with east and west corridors.
And we know that west heads towards the Mushroom Men.
Yes.
Okay, now, no. You know you've killed mushroom men in the west, but you don't know that they live there.
Well, we're just gonna say that west is mushroom, north is goblin.
Saute mushroom.
North is goblin,
There were goblins up there, yes.
and then east is relatively unexplored.
Okay.
And which way does our route take us to the teleporter?
Your
I mean,
map.
to second level.
Your map goes east.
Okay. Then we will go east, scrupulously avoiding teleporters.
Okay, you can't avoid them because you don't see them.
Well, they're marked on our map, right?
No, it was purposely not marked on your map, but you're guaranteed not to go through any teleporters if you follow the map exactly.
Okay, James, if that's the way you want to play it.
That is the way I want to play it, yes.
Okay.
All right, so we go 10,
I can Yelp review you, right?
Yeah, great.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know. 10, 20, 30, 40. Well, at 40, you guys have a door to the north, but you don't care because you've been there already. 50, 60, 70, 80, you got a door to the north that you don't know what's behind it. There we go, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 160, and there's the door that goes to the Goblin Shrine.
That was the shaman area.
And we wiped them out. Did we search that room?
Yes, you did a great job. You discovered a wonderful figurine of marvelous power, and you were very happy with it until the elves took it away.
And were there any exits leading from that room?
Yes, well, your map, aren't you looking at your map? Your map says there's an exit to the north.
And does that way lie our teleporter route or not?
There's no teleporter route.
Non-teleporter route.
That takes you down to the stairs and the second level, but you got to go really far to get there.
Okay. But if we go through that door at the back of the temple, is that on our route?
Okay, it's on the map. There is no door though. It's an open space.
So is that part of the route?
Yes.
Then I guess we'll take that. We'll follow that.
Okay, very good. So we go. We're in the big room because I know that our buddy Andrew likes to map. The room is 40 yards by 30 yards, and then there's a door up, or there's an opening up north, and you go to that opening, and there's 20 yards, and then there's another opening up north, and then there's also a corridor to the east. Order to the east that you aren't following right now because you're following the map.
James, can we ask you to lift your mic a little bit closer to your face?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll turn my head that way too. It's just I have two pieces of paper I have to watch here.
Oh, it wasn't for the sound. It was rubbing your very awesome shirt.
All right, so we're going north. We're going past an east corridor, and we're going north to another corridor, which is 20 yards, and that's east-west. There's an east-west corridor and an opening to the north. That's what your map says. Your map says it's a door.
In which way does our route lie?
Your route goes north.
We should continue north.
Okay, we're continuing north, and we go into a great big room that is 60 yards by 30 yards, with a door to the north that you're taking.
And is there anything here?
No, it's empty. Well, you aren't doing a careful search. Your torches are looking in the corners, and you don't see any garbage or trash or anything.
Okay. Do we want to stop and do a careful search, everybody, or continue on?
Well, let me do an ellipsis, a 360, looking for invisible, Jim.
Oh, you very bad man, you.
Yeah,
right. You don't see anything.
Roger that.
As an elf, I'd like to scan for secret doors with my awesome elf-like ability.
Okay, which wall are you scanning, my friend?
Let's start to my left.
Okay, go ahead. Roll a 6-sided die.
Obviously, I find it with a 4.
Not there.
I will look to my right.
Okay.
Obviously, I find it with a 6.
Not there.
Okay. I'll look dead ahead.
The dead ahead is the door to the north that you're going to go to because of your map.
I'll look on the floor.
Oh, that's hardly anybody looks on the floor, and there are all sorts of trap doors in this castle. So go ahead.
How about a 1?
Nope, don't find a thing.
Oh.
Hey, it's all good, guys. Go ahead.
Do you have any indication that you didn't do a good search of that floor? Because I could probably try.
No, don't bother. I'm saving 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
All right, then we shall proceed to the north.
Okay, the north door opens up, and it's a slim corridor that's 20 yards wide and 40 yards long to another door.
Is it 2 abreast through the corridor?
Well, it's 20 yards, so I think you can easily get 2 abreast, maybe even 3 abreast.
This feels like a trap corridor. You
What?
suddenly narrowed it.
We just need our priest to say a few prayers, cleric. We'll be okay.
That'd be so nice. He can't detect traps yet, I don't think.
Me?
No,
What?
The priest. Maybe you can.
I can.
Spell.
I have the spell. I can cast it.
Okay, you don't want to cast it here, though.
I have 30% find remove traps.
Oh, look at that.
We'll take a little look.
I will take a little look.
Yeah, okay. Roll percentile dice. You got to get 1 to 30.
What if I get 70 to 100?
Yeah, you see nothing.
Okay.
I like it.
And
You got 90 there, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
What's okay? All right. Well, we're continuing on. I'm assuming to the next door.
Yes, sir.
So you go 20 yards, and then the whole area really opens up to the west and the north. But your map says go west, and that's a 20-yard corridor.
But what do we see to the north?
Your torches reveal darkness.
Okay. I think we'll stay on point and go to the west.
Okay,
So
very
you
good.
see the-
Following the map. Okay, so we had 10, 20, 30, 40 yards, and it turns north.
Okay.
Then we go 10, 20, 30, 40 yards, and it goes to a set of stairs down.
So I would turn to the wizard and the clerics, and I would say, how do you guys feel about going down to the second level?
I'm feeling a little short, but let's quick look for a second. Jim, I'm going to reach into belt pouch blue and pull out one of my metal spheres and let it drop down the stairs and take a listen. See
Okay, it goes bonk, 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 bonk 10 times, and then rolls on the floor down there.
All right, 10-foot passage. That's not terrible. What do you guys think?
I'll check the wall.
Didn't the DM declare level 2 as like gonna kill us?
That was in Greyhawk.
Right. If we go down into the castle, we are lunch. I mean, even the level will put us through the blender.
Can my deity be Leroy Jenkins?
Yes, of course. I don't have a problem at all with that.
Oh my God, that's
and
perfect.
Speaking of famous game designers, Mark Kern, what would you do to us on level 2?
Well, since this is AD&D,
Yes.
it would probably be pretty grisly.
Okay.
Grizzly. So he's talking bears then.
Definitely bears.
Yeah.
So,
And lions and tigers.
oh my. Is there anything laying around that, like a stick or a piece of metal, around us at towards the top of the stairs?
No. And by the way, Scorpio, it's time for you to roll a d6. And if you roll a
Should we
6,
lose our DM?
they're all going to be mad at you.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, very good.
Why would we be mad at him?
Because the monster would come and start attacking.
So I have a tinderbox and a torch. I would like to light one of my torches and toss it down the stairs so we have some visibility.
Oh, very good. So you see a 20 by 20 yard cube with double doors on the west wall.
All right, and I will pass that information along to our team leader, the great, the mighty, the Prometheus.
Yes. Okay.
What do you guys want to do? What's the vote?
I suspect.
YOLO.
I suspect our
So democratic.
Mark Kern declared YOLO, so let's go down the stairs.
All right.
done.
Okay. You're down the stairs in that
I'm
20
taking up
by
the
20
room.
yard
I'm
room.
okay.
And for the record, I am armed with my spear of first strike. That is the weapon I have.
Okay, very good.
And I got to know, is YOLO the battle cry for the god Leroy Jenkins?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the holy symbol is drumstick,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
silver drumstick.
All right, that you're going to beat
I think
them.
John is going to convert.
Okay, so there we are at the double doors. Great big metal doors, really big, locks in the center of the doors, and they appear to be slightly ajar, and you hear the noise of eating on the other side of the door.
Crap. Run. No.
Wait, is it like knife and fork eating or like monstrous chomping?
Monstrous chomping. Good question.
And you said the door is cracked open?
Yes.
All right, Chrome, can you take a look at that?
First, I'm going to attempt to detect traps.
Okay, roll percentile dice. Tell me what you get.
He sounds so disappointed at that.
I know.
I think it should have rolled. Okay.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. How about a 33?
Okay, you
Nice.
detect no traps.
Yeah.
Now I can move silently at 89%.
Uh-huh.
Would it make sense for me to go take a peek and come back out?
Actually, I'm currently invisible with what I said were spells cast before we started. So I'm going to take a look
okay.
through the...
Okay, so Andrew, how are you at looking in the darkness?
with 240-foot witch sight, really good.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm a human. I can't do that.
Three orcs are eating a cow in the middle of the other chamber, and the chamber's quite large.
So-
do they look like they are guard-type orcs or just naked and afraid type orcs?
Ravening fighter orcs of the first water.
Roger that. I'm stepping back quietly.
While he's doing that, I would like to extinguish and restow the torch I tossed, so I don't lose it.
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering how they got a cow down here.
Because they can, but we
It's
can.
it's only the first level. Come on.
Levi, I'm going to need, as you're a monk, I'm going to need for you to rephrase that existentially.
Can you sound like Michael Carradine?
Why is the cow being eaten by monks?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The wind and the cow are one.
The orc and the
So I
cow.
whisper and ask how far down the orcs were from the door.
Oh, that's a fine question. The answer is, as I'm looking at the other map,
What did you see?
the room is huge, and the orcs are eating 40 yards away.
So, in a large space, the only thing that was visible, plus the cow, it might be worth brawling them out. We're assuming the cow is dead.
Well, they are eating on it.
So 30 yards is 90 feet, and hold person is 60. If I'm right.
We could
Do
sprint.
you think an orc is a person?
Yeah, I don't know if they qualify into that or hold monster. If so, that's
I know Wizards of the Coast would agree with you.
Yikes!
Oh, James, getting political this far out.
Actually,
James, troublemaker.
it does say orcs.
All right, well then,
Awesome.
obviously you're correct then.
But it's 3 orcs. Why don't we just wail on them?
Yeah, I think you guys can probably take them.
Yeah. Why don't I slip in, being elfly, and
Okay, roll a 6-sided die, my friend, and don't roll a 5 or a 6.
Okay. Roll the 5.
Alarm! 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 The 3 orcs grab huge cutlasses and they run towards your door.
I kick open the door and fire 2 arrows.
Okay.
I want to know what 3
Leave
orcs
me.
are doing with cars from the 1970s.
Yeah, right. See, there you go, being funnier than the referee. It will have consequences. Okay, roll twice and tell me what you get there. Prometheus?
Let's see. First, let's discuss the condition of my Thaco. My Thaco is 17.
Okay.
So we will
And
roll.
their armor class is, where is it? Number 5. Their armor class is 4.
Yes, so I roll a 14, and then I roll a natural 20.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so, all right, I got this covered.
We've heard that before. Usually
I
from us.
Oh my. So the first orc takes that amount of damage,
Didn't like him anyway.
which is kind of sad.
That was Dave. Nobody likes Dave.
The second orc falls down dead.
Yes.
That was
But the
40
third
minutes.
orc, doesn't care. So I believe only Lance has the capability of stopping that third orc from chopping our good friend Prometheus.
And I do
Lance?
plan on going stabby on him, so I am
Do
going
it,
to roll.
buddy. Do it. Yeah.
Ooh.
18.
Scorpio rolls an 18.
Nice.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Leroy Jenkins left me today.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
Yellow be with you.
Okay, so he's dead. There's one orc left, but he's wounded. So he attempts to run. What do you wish to do, Prometheus?
He gets 2 arrows.
Okay. Fire.
Miss with a 3, and
Yeah.
miss with an 8.
Hooray! And unfortunately, Scorpio gets a shot too.
Hurl
I
thy
will.
spear.
I will.
sorry.
Is he within stabbing range? It is a long spear.
Yes, he is.
Then I will stab again. A 3. Oof.
Dear Lord.
That's a miss. Okay, he
Leroy
goes.
did not bless me this time.
Can
No,
I
he
throw 2 stars from this distance?
You might hit your good friend Lance.
Do
it.
Do it.
You want me to take a shot, Lance? Are you okay with that?
Lance is
Do
cool.
it. I have been blessed by the great and the mighty. Leroy
says
Jenkins.
do it.
All right, I can throw 3 around.
Yes, you can.
18, 19, and a 2.
Ooh.
All right. Well, let me see about the 2.
James, that's where your heart is. It's wicked.
That was a miss. So you kill the poor orc. Now we have an unusual situation. On the table by the dead cow, there is this very large rainbow-colored whip.
Whip.
And the first orc that was killed had unusually large and thick leather armor all over his body.
Mhm.
There wasn't a bit of flesh except for his face that wasn't covered by armor. And then of course the map says go north down a set of stairs.
But we need to investigate the whip of pride and and the leather armor of alternative
Bondage.
choices.
Okay. Great.
Check magic.
The whip is very magical. Nothing else is magical.
Okay, so the question is, does whip come under any weapon class or proficiency?
Well, it is a weapon class, yeah.
By itself. Okay. Who's the strongest fighter? Is that Chrome? Who has the percentile, the 1889 or 69 strength?
I have 18.
All right, so you're the person who should be using it because you can at least handle the supplication of it.
I find that very amusing, and we'll all know why I'm laughing in just a second.
So does this mean I should shelve and restow my spear of first strike?
Well, I guess that's the question. Do we want to actually take?
Or hand it over.
Well, I would like to ocularly examine the whip without touching it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's fair. The whip is very unusual in that it's made of colored feathers.
Feathers. Spellcraft on it. Can I do that?
No.
Ancient history or religion?
Is that a percentile roll for you?
No, it is. Ancient history is an intelligence check -1, and religion is a wisdom check at 0.
Neither one. Sorry.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Any language written in
Or
the-
we could Or we could just walk away from this and continue following the map.
That's what you want us to do.
Okay.
What would the Oracle Leroy of the Jenkins say about this?
Mm.
Oh, great Arlen.
Well, someone's got to pick it up to see if it's cursed, right?
Yeah, let's test it to see if it's cursed. I love that idea.
Bird feathers?
You are clearly a game designer.
Is it bird feathers, James?
Yeah,
It's feathers. Come on. So, are anything besides birds using feathers?
We don't want to answer that.
On the ground, they may contaminate us.
Ones.
hard to know.
Really?
So is it soft? Like if you actually tried to use this whip, it would just tickle someone? I mean,
Okay, how do you tell if it's soft? You got to role play for me.
all right, I go over and I mutter a prayer to Leroy, and I go ahead and grasp the whip.
Okay, 20-sided die, please.
Uh-oh.
This could be a mental attack, or see if you can
You gotta
get.
change gender or something.
Ooh.
15.
15.
15.
That's good, James.
No, that's not good. He turns into a stone statue.
Whoa!
Someone pull out the holy hand grenades.
Holy mackerel.
Leroy Jenkins sucks.
I wonder if it's cursed were my last words.
Wow.
So is his stone edifice heavy, or can we carry it?
Well, he's heavy, but you can carry it.
So we
He
could.
ain't heavy, but he's our cleric.
We have another.
That's
we could take him to some sort of healer to unstonify him.
Yeah.
You know that statues are taken to the Black Wizard in the Black Wizard Tower in Greyhawk in exchange for magic items.
Yeah, which we have a small handful.
I will sacrifice my spear of first strike for him.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh my.
Do
Well,
you think?
If we go ahead and
get away with trying a potion instead, which is of a lesser value, the spear helps everyone.
Or we could somehow grab the whip without touching it, and then give them the whip.
Well,
Did
is
this.
it stone now, or is it still magical and separate?
Okay,
Ooh.
it's the statue is very magical at the present time.
No. Is the whip part of the statue and also?
Oh no! The whip fell back on the table.
Okay, so then the question is going to be: does the leather allow you to hold that?
It's an interesting question.
what if we pull the glove off of the orc, wield the whip on the statue, and see if it transmutes him back?
Ooh, that's an idea. I love that idea. I support that plan.
Armani, time to get involved, fighters.
You are so bad. I can't believe you, Nick. I just can't believe you.
No, James and I were both in the army, so we know how it is. If you're going to
Yeah.
volunteer, we started
Yeah.
going to. James, what was your MOS?
I was 91 Foxtrot, kind of medic / inpatient psych, and then 14 Echo.
That's right. Put your hand up his ass.
Put your hand up. Yep. If anybody knows what those numbers mean anymore,
Mm-mm.
And then tell us how it feels.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Who's got the lowest
What do we-
data rank? Okay.
What are we doing?
All right. I'm going to approach the orc and remove their right glove.
Okay, when you remove the glove, he's got a ring on. The ring has 3 stones. 2 of them glow and 1 doesn't.
Oh, see, this is where
Let's call him the
Cleric.
wizard.
Yeah, I think we're going to step up a little bit, and I'm going to reach into red belt pouch, remove one of my pearls, and put my hand over it and say, "Reveal your secrets." Cast an eye on it.
Reveal.
How many items do you get revealed on that?
At my level, I can do up to 5 objects or 5 deep on one. So I
You
will.
could do this the whole time.
So
I just want to clarify.
I'll start with the. I didn't want to cast my first spell.
Yeah, really.
The statue,
all right.
the statue groans in impermanence.
Okay.
Look at the. All right. So first shot on the ring. What does it tell us?
The ring is a stone to flesh magic item. You touch it on the stone statue, and you turn it back to flesh, and then we roll a percentile dice to see if he lives.
System shot. All right. So I'm gonna take the ring, remove it, and touch his arm, and try and invoke that magic.
And how long does that spell last?
My duration is going to be hang on 1 second. I can confirm. I have a little time.
Just long enough to where while you're doing that, we could do a another spotlight if you wanted, Nick.
What a great idea! Let's do a spotlight.
All right. Seeing as James was voluntold earlier to get things going, did you want to tell us a little bit about Galactic Law?
Sure. So, we just finished a 4-book series, me and Jeff Chaney, that is in his Renegade Star universe. But this came out of my law enforcement experience, and it's a sheriff's deputy on a space station. So, it's good. It's fun. We just finished 4 books. We got the first publisher's pack came out end of the month with Podium, and Tom Taylorson was the narrator and did a great job. So I'm excited about it.
Does he look like Sean Connery?
A little bit when he's younger.
I know.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And it can be found everywhere Amazon is sold.
It can be found everywhere Amazon is sold, yeah.
Wonderful.
James, I have 5 segments, so I'm going to try and scramble quickly. Can I also...
Okay. You won't be able to use it on him if you only have 5 segments.
All right, so I won't use it this round. I'll use it next round. Can I then turn to the whip and look at the whip to identify that?
It's made of active cockatrice feathers.
Yikes.
It's extremely deadly.
I hear that makes great shampoo. So do we have Arlen back now? Did he get unstoned?
We haven't done that yet.
So yeah, Arlen's still stoned.
I'm gonna have to do that and just let I do my laps.
Right. Okay.
Are
so
there any other magic items?
Does
you want to strip the orc down?
Show up on the orc?
Yeah. No, there isn't anything else. The orcs each have 10 coppers apiece, so that's 30 coppers. And I gotta write down 3 dead orcs.
All right, so I will activate the ring and touch him. Is there a command word that I have to pull from with identifier?
Nope. Good question. So what we have is, and that was Orlin got turned to stone?
Yes.
Arlen, yep.
Arlen, I need percentile dice, buddy, and you don't want to roll high.
Great.
You can roll off camera.
You can roll. You don't have to use the system. You can roll yourself. But we expect you always to be honest.
He got a 25.
You got a 25. You come back alive and well and a little dazed.
Yes.
He was communing with Leroy.
There are times when sacrifices need to be made for faith.
Yeah, exactly.
So can this cockatrice whip be recovered with glove and pouch for storage?
Well, what you can do is try.
It's one of the
this is where the referee has a little fun.
So are both of the stones still glowing on the ring?
No, there's only 1 stone left.
All right, so we got one more shot with it. So that's going to be the question. Do you want to try Chrome and recover this thing?
No, it's too dangerous. I'd rather keep a hold on the ring and not have to waste a charge to get us out of it.
Well, we're going to be popping that up as our only magic item so far. Well, I guess we'll see. So
we could mark the map and come back to it.
Yeah, we can scoop this up on the way back.
All right. So
and it would be very amusing to give that to the elves.
Jim, we have no way to share the screen. So Jim, on the map we have on the shield, down the into the large room, and then it's the next room over. Is that accurate?
Let me look.
I'm just looking on our shield map that we have.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Okay.
Well, it's a huge room. You didn't explore the room, but But you do know to the north there are stairs down, and that's what you have to go to.
Another set. So right, we would go, and then I can see on that map, the shield map, there's a secret door in the other end of that north room. Chrome is
Yes, and that's
Okay.
what you have to open.
So let's decide if we want to search this room. What's the total dimensions of this room?
Which room are we talking about? The one with the cow in it,
Yeah.
or the next one up?
No, let's stick with cow.
Okay, that's a huge room. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 yards by 60 yards. There's a set of stairs up in the southwest corner, and there's a corridor in the northwest corner. There's the double doors that are in the middle of the east wall, and then there's the stairs down in the middle of the north wall.
Okay. All right. So hang on. Let me make sure I have all this. So cow, 3 orcs, southwest corner stairs up.
Yes.
North wall center stairs down.
Yes.
Reference one other thing that I missed.
There's a wide corridor in the northwest corner. There's a wide corridor that goes west.
Goes west. Okay, like a 10-foot wide.
It's 20 yards wide.
20 yards wide. Roger that. Okay.
No little dungeon stuff in this dungeon.
Yeah, no, we're getting all you can eat. Okay. Boys, you guys want to search the room first?
Yes.
All right. We're taking the money, 30 copper. They had scimitars or falchions. What did you say they weapons were?
They had weird orc sabers.
Sabers. Okay.
I should conduct an elfly search of the various walls.
Okay, great. I would like Lance to roll me a d10, please.
Outstanding. So shall it be. A 7.
A good old 7. Okay. So from the stairs to the north, 3 skeletons come running up and attack.
I hate when that happens.
Am I closest to them? Is that why I rolled?
You are definitely closest to them.
I would like to reach out and stabby.
They're coming up the stairs.
Supposed to do a
They're
dance.
coming. They're actually up the stairs in your room.
Clerics, can you give them the butterick treatment?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Arlen, do
that
you
would
want
be
to try
bad.
and Leroy Jenkins these guys, or do you want me to hit them?
I think I've Leroyed enough today.
Praise be upon him.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what your turning number is, Walt?
Maybe it's around here somewhere.
It's a 10.
Okay.
It's a 10. I love a 10. On what? D20.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. So I got to roll a 10 or higher, right?
Yes.
No, 8. Leroy.
Okay.
Oh crap, that's not my god. Never
You
mind.
do that 3 times, actually.
3 times.
Yeah.
A 12,
That turns that one to ash.
and then another 12.
That turns that one to ash. And so the last one attacks you as hard as it can. I miss abysmally. So now it's everybody else's turn, starting with Levi.
All right. I run in and take a big swipe with my staff.
Okay, so Levi, if you miss, you have the chance of hitting one of your friends.
Sorry.
Okay, we like that attitude. Nick really approves. So go ahead, 20-sided die.
Oh.
Now that's a miss. Okay, just a second. How much damage did that staff do?
I think it's 1d6. Hold on.
1d6?
Let me check.
Yeah,
That was the
D60.
first skeleton hit
Yes.
on the ground.
On man size, it's all a D6.
That skeleton
Okay.
got boned.
No, not really. So Levi, roll 1d6, and that's how much damage you just did to drone.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
happens.
Tom got boned.
Dang.
1.
Oh, good.
1?
I
That's
told you, I've got
disgusting.
broken dice.
I'm going to have to roll from now on for that. Okay, that takes us to Lance.
And I will stab with my spear of first strike.
If you miss, there's a chance you might hit your good friends.
I mean, they would do it for me.
Yeah.
I got an 8.
That, let me see here.
They're dexterous people. I trust they will dodge.
Yeah. Armor class 7 for those guys. So do you hit with your Thaco?
I know what my Thaco is, but I don't know how to tell that. I know it's an 18. I'm sorry.
Okay, so 18 hits armor class 0, and you just back it up to 7. All right?
Maybe 11.
Yeah, so
11.
you got 11 or higher hits.
And so I did not hit.
Thaco.
No, I thought what'd you roll?
An 8.
Oh, you rolled 8. Okay, you missed. Okay, so I have to roll.
No, you don't. You can
Okay.
knock you.
1, 2.
Yeah, maybe
So-
the skeleton's having a
Okay,
bad
now
day.
Andrew is really not going to like this. Roll me a 6-sided die, Lance.
All right. Sorry, Wordna. Leroy will protect you.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Okay, 1? What is this?
Leroy
Oh my
provides.
God!
Leroy is my new deity. He provides.
That is that
he
is so
didn't-
disgusting.
He didn't provide this time.
Okay, unfortunately, you do have a +1 weapon, so that'll be take our friend Wordna down to 9.
Got it.
Okay, that takes us to Wordna.
I'm just gonna step back. I have no.
Okay, that takes us to Prometheus.
I don't do skeletons. I'll pull out my longsword.
All right, that takes us to that's me. Takes us to Armani.
I think I'm going to attack with longsword.
Okay, and if you miss, you know what happens, right, Armani?
I know.
Okay, can roll them bones.
Okay.
Armor class 7.
What? Ah,
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that's a total miss.
that's a total miss.
But you don't hit any of your friends.
All right.
And last but not least, Arlen.
Well, I can attempt a turn now, right?
Yes, of course.
All right. I hold out the silver drumstick of Leroy Jenkins and say, "Away with you, Bonaparte."
And
Here we go. So
he rolls a
13.
13.
Okay. Turns it to ash.
Yes.
Leroy
That was
provides.
very well done. 3 dead skeletons. I have to put that down.
They got boned.
Wah, wah, wah.
Chrome, can you look on the staircase while other people search the room so we don't have any more surprises?
I sure can. I will return to the usage of my bow.
They have old rusty swords. They don't appear to be very good. And Prometheus doesn't find anything on the stairs.
Can I search the walls for secret dwarves?
Yeah, but you don't find any after an hour and a half of searching.
Dang.
Let's not search for an hour and a half.
Is that a rest for the rest of us?
Yeah, really.
I think that's a hint to move on.
Yes, let us continue on with our route.
Okay, very good. So you go down those stairs into a huge 60 by 60 chamber. There is an opening in the middle of the west wall. There is a secret door that you know about in the middle of the north wall. And then there's stairs you've just come down in the south wall.
What's in the room?
Nothing.
Nothing.
If we look through the west opening, what do we see?
That's a good thing. You see darkness.
What about
Even,
witchy
with my
eyeballs?
elven infravision?
And
I
you
attack
still
the
see-
darkness.
Yeah, right. You still see darkness.
How about with dragon sight?
Still see darkness.
It's pretty dark.
I shall detect traps on the secret door.
Okay, no traps.
I shall open the secret door.
All right, how you doing that?
I shall search for the opening.
Okay. Roll me a 6-sided die. You want to roll a 1 or a 2?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
Okay. Door opens right up. Well done.
We're looking at a staircase going down to a door.
Yes, you are. A staircase going down to a door. And let me make sure the map says this too. Yeah, down to a door. Okay. So that takes you down to that. All right. So,
Last room on the shield map. So that's the end of the map.
yes.
So this brings us technically to level 2 now, folks. So we gotta up our game if we're going in.
Yeah, no more pretending we're stormtroopers. You know,
Don't touch anything. That's my advice.
Lance and Levi, does one of you have a torch so that the front line can see?
I do.
Okay, you're only seeing one square ahead with a torch, and of course that destroys everybody's infravision.
Right. So do we want to snuff out the torch and have someone looking over our shoulders with infravision?
Means all the humans are blind.
Yes.
Well, let's put it this way. Can they look ahead of us to see if they detect anything?
Okay, but the guy with the torch has to be in the 2nd or 3rd rank.
Oh, to do that? Okay, so who is Elven between Lance and Levi? Either of you?
Negative.
No. Negative. So can you switch with Chrome since he's Elven?
Prometheus is half-elf.
All right. So, Lance, why don't you step back while Prometheus steps up?
Will do.
Let's take a look in that room.
Okay.
Arlen is an elf as well, right?
8.
Yeah, half elf actually.
Oh, right
Okay, you see 2 backpacks floating in midair in the middle of this room, and the room is huge.
Tell us about the huge room, Monty.
Okay. There's a bunch of stairs down in the middle of the south wall, and there's the backpacks in the middle of the room, but the rest of the room is so large that your vision doesn't encompass it.
How does 240 feet look for encompassing?
Nope. It's bigger than that.
This place
So
is
looking
huge.
on the south wall toward the extra staircase you're referencing, how far down that wall is it?
That's a fair question. Okay, so standing from the doorway where you are is 10, 20, 30, 50 yards.
Okay. And it's a staircase going down?
Yes.
Did your detect invisibility? Does it see anything with those backpacks?
Taking a look, can we see anything?
2 floating backpacks. You don't know why they're floating. They look stuffed with stuff.
How far into the room are they?
Oh, that's a good question. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 yards to the north.
Okay, north. All right. Too bad.
I would like to disbelieve in that illusion.
They still stay there. Now, I'll tell you a Gygaxian trick for disbelieving.
All right.
You actually pour wine in your eyes.
Ow.
And normally I roll to see if disbelieving works, but if you pour wine in your eyes, I have to have it work.
I will pour wine in my eyes.
Yeah, do you have it on your list?
Sure, I'm an elf. It's like
No. Do you have it on your character sheet, my friend?
I have a wine skin.
Yeah, but does it have wine in it?
I have
holy water.
I have Dead Again Ale and Stargazer Stout for alcohol. Items reference number 4 and number 6. So I will give him some Stargazer Stout.
I'm not sure you want to give up that to that half elf who's kind of strange.
No, it is the best stuff, and it is made by the Necromancer Tombstone. So that is really.
Okay, fine. So you disbelieve with wine, with burning alcohol in your eyes, and you still see the 2-pack stuff with stuff floating in the air.
Now, where was Wardna when we were assaulting on the Starship Warden? Because
I know
we could have used some of that exasperated tone.
I am on the Starship Warden right now. I've been there for many years with Mr. Ward.
He's doing very well on the Starship Warden.
Has he died more than me? That's the question.
I'm a moose. Nope. I'm a Moor, and I'm still alive. Actually.
Yeah, Moor is moose. He's a gigantic moose. He does 3D30 with his antlers.
I'm going to take one of my sling stones and roll it out under the backpack.
Okay, that's a great idea. And it rolls right to the backpack and stops. And then it floats in the air.
Ooh. Stops. Okay. So that is like a gravity function.
No, it could be an invisible creature who found it curious and picked it up.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to change it right now to that. What a great idea.
Looking, will Spellcraft give us a roll on that?
Nope.
Nope. In detecting invisible objects, give us anything?
Give me a 6-sided die. On a 6, you're happy.
Roger that. No, sir. 2.
Nope. You don't detect anything.
How about some of that? I have a bag of sand. How about if I throw it across it?
Okay, gonna throw the whole bag?
Nope, just a handful.
Okay, and that all suspends in the air by the backpacks.
Does it reveal any shapes?
Does it what?
Does it reveal any shapes?
No.
Just they're all floating as individual stellar solar systems.
Yes.
Does
Good move, though.
give any comprehension of how they're floating?
No.
No.
So
I would like to blow on one of the sand things and see if it'll shift outside the gravitational field.
So you're getting pretty close, is what you're telling me.
Huh, now I'm not.
So, wait, how about this? I've got a 50-foot coil of rope. How about attempting to toss rope in a direction and then pulling it away? So, whoever's doing it is staying far away still.
That's a fine idea. Is that what we're going to do?
Yes.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay, so who's doing the rope?
I guess it's my rope.
Okay, very good. Roll me a 20-sided die. Tell me what you get.
You're a carrot.
I got it too.
Okay, the rope is pulled out of your hands, and it floats by the backpacks.
Okay, so looking with our light source, can someone with a torch walk 10 feet around in an ellipsis to the other side? I have another interesting experiment we can try.
I shall.
Of course.
I'm going to give him one end of my 20-foot silk rope that are tied to magnetic balls and
Yes.
hanging on each side to create a vortices and see how that looks.
Okay, that works fine.
Still magnetic?
There's a tugging on the rope, but you guys are able to hold it easily.
Okay. Can we use the rope intersecting between the two backpacks and steer one of them out?
Give me a 20-sided die.
Roger that. 19.
The backpack comes right out and falls to the floor.
Okay, that's one. Thief, can you check it before we do anything? This is a standard leather backpack. What's it look like?
Yeah, it's a big canvas backpack, quite large, and it has leather buckles that seal it up, and it's all sealed.
Let's get the other one out first before we mess with this.
Okay.
Are you guys
And
up?
that's fine. You'll have no problem getting the other one out.
But
so now you have those 2 backpacks.
All right, I'm going to coil back up my rope and put it away.
Were we able to, in the process, retrieve the metal ball and the rope from Levi?
No.
Well, let's do an ad.
If you want, we can grapple those. Oh, sorry, ad.
Okay, it's time for an ad, Walt.
So I would love to throw the spotlight one of my favorite properties, which is where Prometheus gets his name.
Yes.
Nick, would you like to give us a little talk about Galaxy's Edge?
Galaxy's Edge is the premier science fiction, space marine, space opera military series, and it's all about exciting things. If you haven't checked out the first story, which is called Legionnaire, written by Jason Ansbach and myself, go ahead and head over to Amazon and just type in Galaxy's Edge Legionnaire, and it'll take you right there. There's a 9-book series that you can get started in, and there will be some very...
Way to ruin an ad.
I'm sorry.
The most recent books coming out in Galaxy's Edge are the Savage War series, where Prometheus gets his name, and there will be a very big announcement about that on the 10th.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more, you could join their newsletter at www.inthelegion.com, where they will tell you all the cool things.
Thank you, Scorpio. You nailed it. JR is the community manager for Galaxy's Edge, so he knows the deal. I just work here.
Excellent. And now we're back to the game.
Hey, we got to get Jason in here as this paladin one of these days.
We really do. I told him that.
Okay,
He's
good.
playing corporate giants at the moment.
Maybe make it more of an order than just telling him.
I work for Jason.
Oh, okay. Well, then have Nicole give him an order.
No, she's the minor dictator of. She has what was that artifact back in the original Dungeons? Cuthbert's mace, wasn't that it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Nicole. We only use her for special occasions.
I see.
Is that Ernie Gygax saying he wants in?
No, I'm happy to say it's my son Breck, who I can ignore.
Okay. All right. So, as the thief, I'm going to go ahead and examine one of the backpacks.
While he's, go ahead.
Tell me exactly what you're doing, buddy.
Well, first, I'm going to visually examine them.
Yeah. Okay. Big canvas backpack with buckles.
Do I see any obvious traps?
No.
Do the buckles have any writing or symbols on them?
No.
Do they pass as an elf? And since I am familiar with the ways of arcana and magic, do they seem ordinarily constructed or magically constructed?
Roll a 6-sided die, please.
Okay. Where did that go? Hang on. How about a 3?
They don't seem magically constructed.
Okay. I'm going to examine the belt buckle. What do I see?
Okay. It's just a typical belt buckle with, the little sprung thing that goes in a hole, and there's like 9 holes on the buckle.
I can see the feathers have put everybody on edge here. It's a backpack.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you like to pick it up?
How does it smell?
I have a 10-foot pole. I can just do the traditional thing and poke it with a stick.
Ooh.
Poke. Yeah, you could do that. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll give it a poke. Why not?
Okay, smash! The rejuvenation potion has been destroyed in the backpack.
Oh.
That's
But it
okay.
was
Those things
toxic,
taste like
though.
crap anyway.
Do you want to poke it again?
How hard were you poking that thing?
Yeah,
That's what she
I
said.
don't know, but it smells like rejuvenation.
it does. Yes.
Is that the only contents of the backpack?
Well, he hasn't opened it yet.
Oh, God.
So we heard.
I will go ahead.
Hey
and
guys, I think I broke something. I heard a big clink.
Yes,
and now
you did.
there's a wet spreading spot that's
eggs
dampening.
must be broken for an omelet. I'll go ahead and open
Yeah.
the backpack.
Okay, yeah, and you look inside. Yeah, you see a lot of stuff.
The fine stuff.
Let's very carefully begin to lay it out one by one, unless there's something that looks unusual or dangerous.
Okay, you're making me
And
work very hard here.
I have gloves on.
What kind of gloves?
Leather thief gloves.
Okay, very good. All right, so you pull out a bedroll. No, I have to write these down. I hope you're happy. You pull out a cooking kit.
Okay.
You pull out 3 canteens of water.
Okay.
You pull out a 4-man tent.
Dear Lord.
Taking a look at the backpack,
The
do we
bag
find
of holding.
space is larger, that more is coming out than would actually fit in that real estate?
As a matter of fact, that is the case.
Okay, thank you. So
Bag of holding.
tell me it's a bag of holding?
I did not say it was a bag of holding.
Understood.
Feels like a bag of holding.
It's just bigger on the inside.
Is there other stuff, James?
Yeah, there's lots more stuff. There's 100 gold.
Oh, good.
There are 3 weird tubes of white ointment.
They got a cream for that.
And this is it.
No, there's more. There's trail food for 2 months.
Dear Lord.
Is this just one backpack?
Yeah.
So is anybody else getting the idea to see if we can stuff Lance Scorpio into this thing? Like when we were kids and we tried to fit into the luggage?
Yeah, who knows? There's There's a sharpening stone. There are 10 plates that are silver.
And 4 orcs.
And there are 11 dwarf skulls.
Whoa.
A collection.
That's it.
So that's a ton of space. We didn't lift it, so we don't know if it had any weight.
Yeah, you did lift it. It didn't feel like there was anything in it at all.
All right, so it's either a bag of holding or a portable hole. It's a lot of space.
It's definitely not a portable hole.
It is not, so it doesn't flatten, doesn't do anything like that. Okay.
Right.
All right, so back to holding of some sort. There's a couple different items that will do this. Either of you clerics have detect magic?
Nope.
No. Okay. I do not either.
Bummer.
Do we want to go and carefully open backpack 2 without poking it?
Well, I would like
I have
to
an
ask,
idea.
is the gravitational weirdness still going on?
Yeah.
There's the rope is floating, and the sand is floating, and the sling bullet is floating.
Is there any way? You said you had an idea to retrieve the sling bullet.
No, I had an idea on how to get the rope back. So with my rope, we could stretch it across and Shanghai the rope in the center, pull it out to the proximity point, and then pull on it, and that should get you it back with someone.
Let's do it.
Is that what we're doing?
Do we want to
know.
mess with that now, or stick with the backpacks to try and resolve?
Let's continue to search the backpacks and let's go
Okay.
through all the
So you're gonna are you gonna look at the second backpack?
in the exact same manner.
Okay.
No. We're not poking with a stick.
Come on, taking all my fun.
But I will. I
Can
will
you try and find
10-foot pole.
The same stuff is in that backpack as the first one, except it's 10 elf skulls.
Okay. And does this one have an intact rejuvenation potion?
So
No, of course not.
Got it.
maybe we could use the sets of skulls and get the gatekeepers of dwarves and elves to fight each other, and thus solve our magical conundrum of them stealing our loot.
That would be an excellent story plot. Kind of Yojimbo-esque.
So, in a mitigating term, my older brother told me once years ago that you don't mess with the people in charge. Just important safety note.
Well, they would be messing with each other.
Yeah, but I bet if you had that cockatrice whip, you could fuck some dudes up.
You think?
You might have a good round, but I think the beatings would continue until morale improved.
Are we trying to figure out if the backpack is like a bag of holding or a portal?
It is for sure based on it doesn't have any weight restriction and it's high volume.
What if I took the 10-foot pole and slid it into the backpack and see if it is deep?
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
Well, I'm proposing it.
Okay.
I'm proposing it to the magic user.
Let it be noted that celebrated game designer Grums has gotten awfully cautious.
I wonder why. Maybe he didn't like being turned to stone.
So I'm going to suggest we don't mess with the thing that's actually working at the moment, just because there's probably some torturous function that could happen if we mess with it in the wrong way. Since we know the function of holding this stuff is working, let's stick with that for the moment, realizing this might be one of these 2 packs, might be one of the things we have to give up. Now, the only thing for us to be concerned with is what happens when we haul out all these skulls in a pack. It might make more sense for us to present the skulls separately to the elves and say, we retrieved your comrades in a show of respect. So
yeah, here's 10 dead elf skulls. Hope you like them.
We should definitely pull the gold and put that separately. So if they steal the backpack from us, the gold.
Right. So is it possible to take some of the content from one of the backpacks and see if we can reach a saturation point with the others?
Well, I assumed you pulled everything out of both of them.
Sure. Can we put both tents in one and see if it holds them?
Yeah, it holds them easily, and there's still lots of room.
What about putting all 4 months of trail food in there?
And there's still lots of room.
Leaving out the ointment, let's try the bedrolls. Everything but the gold. Gold and silver plate should come out. You guys should actually distribute that among yourselves so that doesn't get lost. Let's put in everything but the sharpening stone and the skulls from both bags into one bag.
Okay, it's pretty full. In fact, some of it kind of sticks out.
Okay, so that does max. All right, so we'll take all the canteens out. We should distribute the 6 canteens. Gosh knows what that actual water is. And so taking the skulls out, that is about sticking out now.
Right, yes.
All right, so what do you guys think? We can put all the rest of the remainder stuff, the skulls, in the other one, along with either the water canteens, unless you want to carry those, and the sharpening stones.
Is there any way to tell if the water canteen, if the water in there is pure, or if it's some sort of magical fluid?
Only one way that you know, Lance.
Right. So we can either decant them or wait till one of you guys prays for detect magic. We can do that at a stopping point if you want.
Ooh, decant them. What a nice word that is, Andrew.
Let's start with the decant them since we're here, and you can educate my heathen Neanderthal self and tell me what that means.
Can I look at the tubes of ointment and spellcraft? Tell me anything about them.
No. And decant means he's pouring some of the water out of the canteen and looking to see how clear it is.
Right, we would have to pour it out if we actually want to mess with that. Do we want to do that right now without a detect magic? I don't know.
Oh, Lance did it. Lance did it right away.
Oh, okie dokie. Was
You
it
only
just
decant if you're fancy.
Just splashed it on the ground. Splash, splash, splash.
and it looked like water?
Looked like water, yeah.
Did it smell?
It smelled like water.
All right. So
What does water smell like?
let's
Water.
Like fire water?
Who wants to wear a backpack?
I'll carry one.
Who is that?
I can carry
Lance.
one.
Lance is carrying one. Who's carrying backpack two?
We'll put
I
them
can
on-
I can carry one.
Who is I?
Arlen.
Arlen, thank you. Arlen, did you see
No,
my
Arlen's got one.
Listen to me. Not me.
Not you.
Oh, it was
No?
Armani?
No. Armani, I
Armani.
can carry.
Are we taking the stuff or not? Are we leaving the stuff? We taking the stuff?
We
We're taking all of it.
We loaded it all back.
Okay.
But just in the new sequential order we said.
Yeah, it is very nice stuff.
Okay.
And can I
And
ride in
that's
one of the backpacks like Yoda?
Who wants to carry the ointments? Clerics, do you want to carry it or do you want me to carry that stuff?
Who's the one with the rash?
So have we opened these tubes yet to see what
No.
color they are?
No, we haven't.
No, of course not.
Okay,
Well, let's put a little
unscrew
ointment on
one
who
of
got
them.
wounded.
I'm wounded, but God knows.
Okay, you have
might
no
not
idea
do
what this ointment is.
Right, yeah. So I'm not interested in putting it on unless the clerics can tell me they know what it is.
I'm not putting it on. I'm just unscrewing the cap of one and seeing if there's a
Okay,
color or.
very good. There's a white paste in there.
Hmm.
God, I used to like to eat glue as a kid. That's bad.
Could be mayo.
Nice.
Could be.
Or Vegemite.
Yeah, toothpaste.
Ooh.
Okay, so are we headed down the stairs? It's 4 o'clock, so we have an hour left.
Oh,
Yes, we're headed down the stairs.
All right, there's no map for this. You're just going down boldly.
wow. Right.
Done.
Okay,
So we're gonna
now
walk.
we'll see.
I
Oh,
feel like that statement needs theme music.
I warned you all that it was quite dangerous. We'll see what you say at the end.
Wait, our
How
end
dangerous
or
is quite
the
dangerous.
story?
Really? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, cool. So you go down into a large room, a large oval-shaped room. It's 30 yards by 40 yards. It's an oval shape. There's an opening to the east. There's a door to the middle of the west, and there's a pool of water in the center.
yeah, we're not going here. Right. So wait a minute, because I can't do the math on this correctly. We came from the west, going down the stairs. How long were the stairs?
No, you came from the south.
Right, southwest, right?
No, south.
Oh, it's on the south wall, like the south wall we came in.
Yes, like the middle of the south wall.
Got it. Okay, 50 feet away, and we came down.
And actually, it's a rhombus shape if you want the exact shape of it. And there's an opening in the middle of the east wall, and there's a door in the middle of the west wall, and there's some kind of weirdness in the north, but you'll have to get much closer to figure it out because that's a whole 30 yards away. And in the center is this lovely pool of liquid.
How big is this pool?
Excellent question. It's about 20 yards by 20 yards. It's a round pool.
Is the water clear or is it murky?
It's very clear. You can see right to the bottom.
And what do we see at the bottom?
You
see some glittering stuff, but you can't quite tell what it is.
Right on. Yeah. That's called insert bodies here.
Right.
That's bait.
Do we see any bodies or bait?
No, you don't.
So that's going to be the question. Do we want to deal with this? Hang on a second. Changing my map around here to see if I can actually map this.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, really.
Okay. And you said the oval is 40 by 30.
Yes.
And east wall is an opening. West wall is a door. North wall is out of visibility and a 20-foot problem in the room with a big.
Yes.
All right. So we're on the third level. So this is like really quick obliteration.
No, you're on the second level.
Oh, we still are, even though we went down another staircase. Okay.
Yeah, you can go downstairs and still not go to the next level.
See, how bad can that be?
I know.
All right, so there is a staircase. If we look at the glittering pile, does invisibility reveal anything?
No.
How deep would we estimate the water to be?
Maybe 5 feet.
Oh, good. Are we interested in messing with this thing? Do we want to actually throw ourselves to the wolves and try it?
Okay, when in doubt, never ask Nick if you're interested in messing with this thing.
I say we consult our deity.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Tell me nothing? You're gonna
wave the drumstick.
Give a shot?
It's not so much being bold as being oblivious.
Uh-huh.
Might I borrow your 10-foot pole?
Certainly. Hand you my pole.
Do we have rocks to throw in the water? Do we want to?
Yes, I have plenty of things we can throw in the water. Let's throw something in at a distance before we actually poke it back.
The dwarf.
So
we don't have a dwarf.
I'm going to take
not an elf skull.
I'm going to take
Actually,
one.
why don't we take one of the skulls and throw it in?
And I'm going to throw a glass bead into the water.
A glass bead. Okay, you throw the glass bead in. It doesn't rise to the surface.
Okay, that's good.
But
and then let's try something light. I will scatter some sunflower seeds on top of the water.
Okay, they all disappear.
They disappear, like sink or vanish.
Impossible to tell.
Got it.
So while he's doing that, I would like to load a bolt in my crossbow, tie the strip of cloth from my cloak onto it, and fire into the center of the pool.
Okay, the bolt disappears in the water with the cloth.
And we do not see it at all.
No.
I'd like to check the ceiling.
It's out of sight.
How high up is out of sight?
How high does your vision go?
240.
It could be easily 250 feet.
Wow. Oakley dokley.
Wow.
Can the pool be a teleporter of some kind? Is that why we're not seeing anything pass into the water?
So if it's only 5 feet, can I take out my silver hand mirror and look at the pool through the hand mirror? Anything different?
Of course you can. No. You see the glittering things down at the bottom of it and the water.
But nothing that we've thrown in.
Someone with a spear or a 10-foot pole. Now I think we've reached your moment of glory.
All right.
Are we putting the 10-foot pole in?
Yeah, we are. We're sinking it in. I'm
I
at
think
the
it's
very
the
end of it, as far away from it as I can be, and just
Okay.
the tip.
I think it's,
And the pole disappears.
The entire pole,
Yeah.
Even the part he
just
was
as it
holding?
touches the surfaces.
Yeah.
yes, this is a teleporter.
Yeah. So this is all bad. So it disappears out of his hand. When he pulls his hands back, it's gone.
Yes.
At least
We're-
it's still got
I
my
would
hand.
say let's bypass the teleporter.
Yeah. So we have a choice. We can go in the corridor to the east. We can take the door to the west, or we can wander past the pool and head to the south, which we couldn't see the end of.
As a wise half elf named Jim Morrison once said, "The West is the best."
Is that what he said?
We're gonna head to the door. All right, that sounds fair.
That was my favorite pole.
Okay. I know. Lance, I need a 10-sided die, my friend.
All right. 10-sided die. A 3. Oof.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. So, where are we going?
To the
West.
door.
We're
On the
going west. We're going west to the door.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's a big metal door. It's metal, and it's roughly, I want to say it's 5 foot wide by 10 foot tall, and there's an obvious handle but no lock.
Searching for traps.
Percentile dice, my friend.
75. So obviously
Fine.
I reveal it.
You find no traps.
It seems to be trap-free, Scorpio.
Do you want to tell them what we're laughing about there, Drawn?
Yeah. Christina Rivers on the Facebook feed said we should have thrown JR into the pool.
And
What a kind.
while we were moving, I switched. I put the arrow back, the bolt crossbow back, and switched back to the spear of first strike.
Okay.
And
Very good.
Are we going in, Crow?
Lead the way.
I shall. So I will nudge the door open with my booted, mailed foot and step inside.
6-sided die, please.
This is going to end badly. 4.
Okay, the door opens, and you see darkness up ahead.
My old friend.
That was
All
very
right.
nicely done. If I was more prepared, I'd have the disturbed version playing in the background.
So now that I've stepped inside, is the
Okay,
crow-
very good. That's what I needed to hear.
Oh no!
He screams and yells in terrible anguish, and his body is jiggling a foot off the ground.
Ooh.
And he just took 10 points of damage.
And
Leroy Jenkins.
does it look
Is he
like
in something's mouth or
like an
something?
electric
They
action?
are okay. He's down to 17. Okay, so now we start with in order. John, what do you want to do, buddy?
What do I see him doing? Like other than shaking?
He's floating in midair, screaming in pain and anguish.
Can I reach him?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I? Is he wearing a cloak?
Yes.
I
Yes.
grab the cloak and try and pull him back.
Okay, so roll a 6-sided die.
I love a 6-sided die. A 4.
Yeah. You pull and you pull and you pull him a little ways back, but he's still floating in midair, which takes us to Levi.
A little help here.
I'll try to do the same thing. Try to continue the pulling action.
6-sided die.
A 2.
A 2. Levi's hands are stuck in something invisible, and he's screaming in pain and anguish. That's Levi. He takes 5 points of damage.
Does Lance Scorpio, was he holding a torch when he opened that? Because the
No.
cube should be on
Nope.
fire.
Nope, he wasn't holding a torch.
Who's got a torch?
That takes us to you, Prometheus.
I look around to see who has a torch.
I
I
don't have a
do.
torch.
You're looking around and you don't see any torches.
Can I detect gelatinous cube?
How does one detect a gelatinous cube?
The same way Scorpio did.
Yeah,
But
very
it's
good.
smell.
He's jiggling. I'm just going to say, hey, we need a torch fast.
Okay, that takes us to Amani.
Let's see. I do not have a torch, so
Verdna can burn it.
yeah. What have I got that could burn? I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can try and grab Levi and pull him back.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, give me a hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and grab Levi and pull him back along
Okay,
with.
roll a 6-sided die, please, and tell me the number.
All right. What is up with this? Okay. Oh, whoops! I just rolled. Did I?
You rolled the
I rolled the wrong thing.
You rolled the 2.
Yeah, I rolled a 2. Okay.
He rolled a 2. Okay, so his hands are also screaming and yelling from horrible pain and anguish. That was my good friend Armani, who just took 5 points of damage.
Does anybody else notice that when we take damage, we're his good friends?
I have.
So FYI, in my backpack, which hopefully isn't in the cube, there are flasks of oil and torches and stuff.
I will get a torch. I will get a torch light.
All right. Okay. Do you have a torch on your sheet there?
I sure do.
Okay, but it is Arlen's turn.
So I'm going to. So who's stuck, suspended, and writing?
Okay, so Armani's stuck. Levi is stuck, and JR is Lance is stuck.
Oh, so you couldn't pull your hands back. Your hands are stuck in there.
That is correct. Their hands are stuck, and they're in terrible pain and anguish.
Okay.
Okay.
Who took the most damage?
I have 10
Okay,
points.
let's not metagame here, my good friend. You don't have the slightest idea who took the most damage.
Okay. Who's screaming more?
Well, that question you can answer. Lance is definitely screaming lots more.
And he's fully embedded, so I can't do anything. Shoot. I had an idea, but it's not going to work if I get stuck in there.
Okay, so you're doing nothing this turn.
No, I'll open up a flask of oil and I'll dash it on the surface of that open doorway.
Okay, very good. So you spill a little bit on all your compatriots.
Oh no!
Please don't burn.
And the gelatinous cube does indeed reveal itself.
Ah.
So that takes us to Dran.
I'm gonna pull as hard as I can.
Okay, 6-sided die, please.
5.
You will pull our good friend. Where is he? Our good friend Lance out of the horribleness. Lance, you're down to 10 hit points.
Oof.
That takes us to Levi.
I'm gonna go backwards. Try to pull my hand out.
6-sided die, please.
As a monk, can he use his dodge ability or something like that?
No dodging right now. He's very stuck in this thing.
1.
And you rolled a 1, so now you're still stuck. And Levi takes 5 more points. You are down to 17, which takes us to our good friend Wurda.
Word up and nah like a nuh-uh. I'm gonna step back, handing Chrome one of my torches.
Oh, okay. Chrome was holding a lit torch already.
Oh, I thought he said he needed a torch. I misunderstood.
Okay, so you want to do something else?
Yes, I would like to do something else. I am going to. Let's see.
Want to throw your shurikens into the cube?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say no.
Okay. Okay.
I will. I'm gonna step back about 20 feet.
All right, very good. That puts you in the pool.
Oh, that's where the pool is? All right, so
Yeah.
I'll go around the pool to the side at the bottom of the alveoid. So I am on north facing by the door.
And do you have a... Okay, that's okay. Yes, that's fine. Which takes us to Prometheus.
I'm gonna burn that cube.
Okay, you might burn your 2 friends as well.
Right, because they're covered in oil right now.
Andrew, I'm the referee. I tell him they're covered in oil right now. So if you use that torch, you have a very good chance of burning your two good friends.
Perhaps why are they covered in oil?
Somebody threw a whole jar of oil all over them.
Well, this is the only way that I see getting them out.
So that's what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So a big configuration starts, and
the cube is covered in oil, right?
Yeah, it's got oil.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to torch the cube and try to pull them out.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Levi is down to 7 points as you're burning brightly, and Armani is down to 9 points as you're burning brightly, and the cube is wiggling a lot.
Are they out or are they still in?
No, they're still in. Prometheus is trying to pull them, but he has had no luck so far. And just let me check here. All right. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, so that takes us to Drawn.
Let me ask this question just as a point of thing. Is the cube recoiling or holding its ground?
It's not moving. Cubes don't move very well. You don't know that, of course, but it's burning, but it's not moving.
Okay.
That takes us to our cleric. Drawn. Yes, really.
What happened? What I missed?
Okay, so Prometheus has set his two friends on fire.
That sucks.
And they have horrible burns on their bodies.
The cube is on.
And I was going to get to that. And 3rd-degree blisters all over their bodies now. And the cube is burning brightly and wiggling quite a bit. And Prometheus is trying to pull them out, even though they're burning, so that his hands are, while they're shortly protected by leather gloves, he's probably going to suffer some burn damage soon.
It's still Levi that's just connected, right? Or is it Levi and Armani?
No, it's Levi and Armani.
All right, I'm gonna grab another hold and try and pull him out.
Okay, you're gonna be taking some burn damage.
If you got to take one for the team so that the team still stays the team.
6-sided die, my friend.
A 6.
Oh, you pull him right out, and you.
Which one do I pull out?
You pull out Levi.
Dang it.
You take 4 points of damage. You're down to 14.
It happens.
Levi's out, so Levi, roll a 6-sided die. You really don't want to roll a 5 or a 6.
A 5.
You rolled a 5. Okay, so you're down to 2 hit points as you're still burning.
Maybe one of the clerics could hit him with a cure light.
Maybe we'll have to see what happens. And then Prometheus is trying to pull out Armani. Roll a 6-sided die there, Prometheus.
6.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Armani, please roll a 6-sided die. You really don't want to roll a 5 or a 6.
4.
Oh yeah.
Right. You're full.
Oh. He must have hit a button.
That wasn't just me that time.
Come back, James. Come back. Well, let's do an ad.
Yeah. Great time to do an ad. JR, did you have anything that you wanted to pimp?
Besides myself, the Reservist, I guess, because it's set in the wonderful Galaxy's Edge universe that Nick and Jason so kindly gave to the galaxy.
So please talk about the Reservist and why you should have tissues at hand when you read it.
Because I'm a mean and nasty, horrible person who did awful things to my characters. And the Reservist is the story of one man's journey, one weekend a month, when he finds out that was a bold-faced lie.
And this comes from your personal experience in Iraq.
A lot of it did, yes.
Okay. Very
They lie? What are you talking about? They don't lie.
They sometimes exaggerate. I remember my recruiter told me that the reserves only gets called up before the women's auxiliary, but after the Boy Scouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got massively lied to.
Well, 1998, CNN did a special that world peace might finally be obtainable. So, that was when I enlisted.
And it was all for the college money, wasn't it?
It was all for the college money.
At least you didn't fall for the active duty recruitment of the 1980s, which was you can go to Hawaii.
Right. You can go to Hawaii.
No, we can hear you, Jim. Jim, we can hear you.
I can't hear Jim.
Yeah,
Here
we
you
can't.
go,
We can't.
can't see ya.
Dron, can you hear Jim?
No, absolutely not.
No, I cannot either.
I can't.
Jim, add more power to your dilithium crystals.
See what happens when you put a gelatinous cube into this game?
You broke the game.
You need to reboot.
Yeah, he might just need to close down his browser and then refresh it.
I got to know who dies. This can't end here.
It's weird. This always happens like a cliffhanger moment. Possibly Jim gets too excited.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Good, Jim.
There he is. Okay.
Boy, that F5 is like a magical spell.
We'll call it, please.
So what you owe us for that is if anybody dies, we get to cast F5.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not the way it works. And we actually have someone very close to death.
We
So
cast F5.
That takes us to Dron to find out what he does.
All right, so they're out, completely out of the gelatinous cube, but they're hurt.
Yes. Levi is down to 2 hit points.
Right? I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
I got the cube covered. Don't worry about the cube.
Oh, boy, he's not worried about the cube. Okay, so Cure Light Wound, what's it heal?
Something.
D8 plus 1.
1d8.
D8 plus 1. Let's.
Okay, you
roll.
know, Andrew, Nick, I know you know these things. Let the cleric say it, okay? let him have the pleasure of role playing.
Well, you know, if they want to assist while I'm,
No,
juggling technology.
Yeah, right. So roll 1d8 plus 1, and let's see how much you heal our good friend Levi.
7.
Ooh, that's very nice. So you're at 9 now, Levi. So now, Levi, what would you like to do?
Was that 7 plus 1 or?
No, it was just 7. It was 6 plus 1.
Yeah.
And it's a
Scrambling for every point you can get. I like that,
Yes.
Levi. Well done. So, Levi, you doing anything? Besides
is
shouting,
everybody-
ow, ow, ow.
Is everybody out of splash zone?
Out of the what zone?
Then we might
Outside
want to
of the
back up.
splash zone. I mean, like, for instance, yeah.
Yeah, everybody is. By the way, Walt, I love the gelatinous cube you have here that's burning.
Oh, thank you.
It's just wonderful.
Thank you.
It's just wonderful.
I worked very hard.
Sorry.
That search function on this interface is very tough.
Uh-huh.
Do we have another cleric that can do a healing spell?
Okay, but it's
We
not
only have
that
one cleric.
it's not that cleric's turn. It's
Right.
Levi's turn. You're doing anything, Levi.
So yeah,
Right.
so the question I have is, how far is it safe for me to throw a burning flask of oil? Because I've actually got flasks of oil with strips of cloth.
Give it a try, buddy.
Yeah. Basically, just set the guy on fire. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you do.
Wait, just spoiler. When he says guy, he means cube.
Yeah. Oh my God! Everybody's a comedian in this group. Great. Okay, you throw it and it hits it and it absorbs it and that bursts into flame inside it, which takes us to Lance.
I've got nothing I can do at this point, so I'm going to try to increase my wisdom by doing nothing.
Okay, very good. Which takes us to the wizard.
I'll interlace my fingers, point it at the cube, and scream charbroil.
Oh, I'm not going to like this. Okay, so you're burning it up a lot, which takes us to Prometheus.
Prometheus is pretty impressed with himself. Pretty impressed with the entire party.
Uh-huh.
So he will pose in a very elfinly way. Sort of that like hand on the bow, hand on the hip, jaunty. Thanks.
All right, so you're looking really
You're
good.
welcome.
You're looking like Errol Flynn in front of the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent.
I thought for sure you'd have an 80s quip for us.
It's coming. I'm sure it is. Armani, what do you want to do?
I'm just sitting here feeling charbroiled with my 9 hit points.
You're
so,
9 hit points. You're almost dead. Yes. Which
Yeah.
takes us to Arlen.
Since it's already on fire, I'm not going to add more to that conflagration, I will cast Cure Light Wounds on Levi as well.
Okay, on Levi. Arlen is standing right by you.
We need it on one of the other two fighters.
Yeah. Which one?
Who did you cure, and who's not cured yet?
Well,
Armani and Scorpio are not
Armani
cured.
isn't cured.
Okay, so Armani then.
Okay, very good. Roll the dice and tell me what you get.
Why are you saying D8 plus 1? I only see D8 in mine.
That I'm doing the Jim Ward spell of healing.
Okay, that is a 5.
Plus
Very good. He's at 14 points. He's very happy. Okay,
All right.
so the thing
Thank
burns
you.
down to the ground, and there's darkness in there.
Darkness.
Does it smell like burnt grape jelly?
Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, how did you know?
I was stretching.
I see.
May we investigate its ruins?
Yes, you can, of course. So you start sifting through the stuff, and you find this cute little glowing ring, which is way cool. And I'm adding this to your list. Where did I put that glowing ring? We don't know what it does yet.
That's it?
Can I write this down first, okay? And we see... Where is it? Come on. We see a small silver coffer. And we see a long sword that glows a little bit. And we see 198 large silver pieces.
Nice.
That's it.
That's it. What's beyond the cube? Is it a corridor? Is it a room?
That's an excellent question. Let me write down this silver. It's going to take forever to give you guys experience this time. A lot of math for the poor kid. Okay, so... Yeah, there you are. No, where is it? Come on.
Christina,
Okay, there you are.
Christina Rivers from the Facebook feed wants to know if Captain Morgan poses after defeating gelatinous cubes from Prometheus, if that's the default action.
It is.
Yes.
I love that. Yes. Dad, be sure and tell her well done. Okay, so there's a 10-foot chamber and another door to the west.
I'd like to examine this coffer.
Okay.
I'd
And
like
that's
to do
fine.
traps.
You can, okay, no traps.
I shall open it.
It's a coffer of 20 gems. You guys are really going to look like what happens with 20 gems.
Ooh.
But that happens in the settle up time.
Okay.
So we have the white cream that may or may not be healing potion. We have people with some injuries still. Might it be the time to detect magic and see what those potions might be?
Nobody has to detect magic.
Right, you guys are
Lick the paint.
I cannot. I don't have any way to do that.
Well, then tally ho, we carry on.
So wait, what is our status? Who's wounded? Who has the wound?
Okay, that's a fair question. We've got our Armani at 14 points. We have Lance at 10 points.
Jeez.
We have Arlen at 15 points. We have Drawn at 14 points. We have Levi the Monk at 9 points. We have Wordna at 9 points. And we have the powerful and majestic Prometheus at 18 points.
Oh.
I'd like to take some of that ointment out and put it on Armani.
Okay. All right.
It's
ready.
like you never left the
Everybody,
army.
First, you light them
I
on
know.
fire.
Okay. And how are you putting it on?
Well, it's like in a tube, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna rub a little on him,
I'm gonna hold out my hands.
on the wounded area.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So Armani falls over.
Am I breathing?
You are not breathing.
Uh-oh.
Is this like when you walk through the mall and the people at those counters spray stuff on you?
Taking
Yeah.
a look, Jim, with spellcraft. Can I see anything?
It's deadly poison.
Got it.
Of course
he,
it is.
he didn't get a save.
Oh no, no
Can we
save
cast
on this
an
stuff.
F5
No.
spell?
Nope, no save.
How many tubes of was this? All tubes of the same stuff?
You have three tubes of the same stuff. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it 3 per backpack or just 3? I thought the contents were the same.
No, total of 3.
3.
Can we?
I
reach
will take the 3 tubes because I'm the only poison user.
And
Okay.
can we reach into the backpack and pull out Armani's twin brother?
No, no, we can't.
Can I
Unfortunately.
roll any kind of
No.
save here, or?
And you know what? Speaking of that, it is time for a commercial, Walt.
I don't know if I have the strength for a commercial after that.
Can he roll it? Okay.
Let's talk about the game that you've designed, Walt. Supers.
All right, so way back, we got a hold of this license, and then we made it our own, and it's a D6 game, very reminiscent of several of the old school games back in the day. The idea, in very simple terms, is I roll, you roll, and whoever rolls highest wins. But some of the thematic elements of this game, Balder agrees with me because he's awesome. In case you don't know, Balder is the very crazy Belgian Malinois who is chewing on his bone. But the game is...
That must hurt quite a bit.
Well, he's not chewing on his bones. He's chewing on a bone.
Okay.
But Supers is a lot of fun because it allows very thematic elements to be inserted directly into your game on the fly. So if you get a chance, run over to hazardstudio.net, click some buttons, and pick up the game because the fun you save could be your own. Now,
And generally, it's a superhero game, right? Generally.
well, it started out as a superhero game, and then what happened was our very good friend Gary Brown, who is a former member of the United States Marine Corps, he said, you know something? I bet you with this I could play Bond, Bauer, or Bourne, and he created the Search and Destroy rule set, which kind of takes that and really amps it up to 11. Gets that very gritty action tone, which we are now using to create the Galaxy's Edge role-playing game.
All
Yes.
right. Bum,
Stand
bum,
by.
bum, bum.
All right.
And
Thank you, sir.
Thank
The
you.
cover on Supers is magnificent, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It's really very good.
well, we
I
got-
love the Superman image that won't get you sued into the Stone Age.
Well, there's actually there's a couple of different covers. We have the regular cover, which you can see by going to the website. But then we have a special, if I can reach it. We have the special backwards headset. We have the special. This is our special edition cover. It was designed and drawn by John Gibbons. We only take this out when we're trying to donate to charities. We usually donate to the Wounded Warrior Project, Pause for Stripes, stuff like that. So when we sell these, which we only bring them out a couple of times a year, we donate all those proceeds. 100% of those proceeds go to charity and supporting veterans causes, which we believe in very well. So as a bonus, if someone wants to come up with a contest, I will sign and send this copy out to you
Nice.
immediately.
Yeah. And what will happen is Galaxy's Edge will pay the price of what you normally charge for that, and we will donate that to Wounded Warriors.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
awesome.
cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
So someone come up with a contest. Armani, we can get you back to life. Don't think that I killed you. It was an accident.
I'm so sorry.
I would say this,
I'm
Because-
pretty positive he killed you.
because of the time. Because we have about 30 minutes left. I say we retreat back to the city. What the audience missed out on last time was the division of wealth, some things that we can do in the city. And what does everybody feel about that?
Let me take 2 shots. I can try an herbalism check on him with the herbs I have to see if we can try and revive him. No,
Okay.
Ooh.
do that, Jake.
I'm just going to make you
No.
guys carry me back to the city. I don't want to be
Yeah.
alive right now.
Yeah, right. No,
Sounds like a lot of
buddy.
work.
He's dead.
Nobody's
buddy.
left behind.
Well, why don't we pack him in?
Ve-
Why don't we pack him in one of the backpacks? Because then it'll be no problem to carry him out.
Because
Oh,
what we
that's
need to-
very good.
because what we need to do is when we reach the top floor, we got to pull everything out of the backpacks, and we literally have to carry them in our hands.
Can we throw him in a backpack?
Well, the elves could take him.
Well, he's not magic.
So when we get up there, right, they'll
Anything in that backpack they're going to take.
all right. So we'll have the backpacks empty, and so we'll carry them for now, and then empty on our way out.
Right.
I shall throw him over my shoulder, like a Continental Soldier.
The question is, do we want to search a little bit more or head back to town?
No, you should head back to town.
I think we should head back to town because
Okay, so on your way back, the nice part about this is you don't usually get wandering monsters on the way home. So are we trying to play with that whip on the table, or are we just leaving it?
I'm still wearing the leather glove.
Is he less dead if he's a statue?
Well,
Somebody wants to take that glove.
The question is, right, would the leather work? Armani, do you want to try? Oh, you're dead.
Well,
I'm conveniently wearing the two
cannot
gloves.
try anything.
yeah, and without Armani, I can't try anything.
just drag his body next to it, lift his arm up, and drop it onto the whip.
Someone
and see
can
what
remove
happens.
the glove.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So the
With
orc
the glove, with the leather glove.
has another hand if someone wants to pull the other glove.
Who's the next in line pogue to do this?
I have. If it fails, I can use the last charge of the ring.
So I would like to ask this question, James.
Yes.
The dead orc in the leather outfit,
Yeah.
did he have like a pouch on him where the whip was contained, or how was the whip secured?
You can't tell by his armor. It's weird, heavy leather stuff.
Right. But there's no kind of pouch.
You're gonna check it out carefully.
Yes.
Okay, so role play how you're going to check it out, because there's something bad that could happen to you in the process.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a visual inspection of the armor and account for all its pieces.
Okay, so in the chest area, there's a weird thing. You can't quite tell what it is, but it's moving.
All right, so we got a little alien action here.
It's his pet kitten.
So hang on.
Yeah.
Prometheus, before you mess with it, let's see if we can lure it and then deal with it. I'm going to cut off a piece of my wheel of cheese and set it in front of it.
Oh, yeah. So 9 10-inch long worms come out.
Rat
And
things.
And start devouring the cheese.
All right, can we torch those? Does anyone have a torch?
I have a
might
torch.
You might hurt the armor. I don't care.
Hey, actually, another question. I've got speak with animals. Are these considered animals?
Nope.
Okay.
Why don't we? I can make a line of cheese that you guys can to lure them away, and
Can
then
I rub a little of my toxin on one of the cheese pieces and put it down?
It's a paste. So you put a chunk of paste down by a worm, and the worm ignores it completely.
No, if I put it on the cheese.
right. He was going to put it on the cheese.
Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, so one of the worms bites into that and dies.
Okay. Rinse
All right.
and repeat till they're all dead.
Well, you're gonna have to finish a tube to do that.
I will do that, sir.
Okay, they're all dead.
So,
Okay. So what is that? Rock grubs?
yep, 9 rat grubs.
9
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not rat grubs.
James, we're running this game. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
We need to do something.
And you don't get any experience for them.
All right.
Why?
9.
Other
Nine.
than that you're mean, do you want to provide a reason?
But when you use poison to kill a character, you don't gain experience.
See, this is why we can't have fun.
This is how you
I'm
ended
really
up.
sorry.
This is how you ended up with second edition.
This sounds like Control Alt Revolt's wrong fun.
So now I'm going to continue to visually inspect the armor.
Yeah, okay. There's a great big pocket in the middle of his chest.
Okay. I will
that-
then, yes, that where the whip would go.
Yes.
Okay, then I will remove the armor,
Yes.
and then I will put on the glove,
Yes.
and then I will pick up the whip,
Yes.
and I will place the whip into the pocket.
Okay, that's wonderful. So give me a 6-sided die. On a 6, you have to make a stone saving throw.
All right. Hold
Dun,
on.
dun, 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 dun.
I have rolled a 3.
Nice.
Okay, very good. And the whip is in the pocket, and it'll be harmless.
Okay, then we
Until
will.
someone gives you a hug.
We
Well,
will.
Okay.
Jenkins favors you.
So, winner. God knows.
Okay.
We will secure that armor and take that chest piece and the glove and take it with us.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain Morgan pose for being awesome.
Yeah, really. Right. Okay, so you get to the top, and the elves toss some magic on you, and naturally they want the armor and the whip.
Okay.
There's not much we can do about that, right?
Right.
Well, you can fight them, but you'll lose and die and be unhappy.
We're just gonna
Well,
say.
could I answer a question? Could I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Farther down in the dungeon, we recovered something disturbing.
Yes, what's that?
Just to be your friend and your buddy and to help you out, we recovered somebody who was taking elf skulls.
Really? Where are
Yeah.
the skulls?
We left them on the floor down there near where we took them.
You left them on the floor.
Well, we just figured they were sacred and we shouldn't mess with them. We didn't want to
Okay.
come back up here and piss you off.
Okay, very good. So we're going to be leaving Armani on the floor.
We're going to be leaving Armani on the floor? I
Yeah.
understand.
He died. So you left our brothers on the floor. We're going to leave your brother on the floor.
Well, I'm just saying what we didn't do it out of disrespect. What we didn't want to do is violate any rituals, but we did want to tell you about it.
Yeah, and we don't do it out of disrespect either. We're just doing it to even the balance.
So what you're saying is, if we recover the skulls, we can take our friend with us.
No, he'll be eaten by the time you do that.
The gods were not happy with his cruelty to poor Prometheus.
Okay, so
Okay, well, how about this? How about
The timing on that.
The gods were not
timing.
happy with James's portrayal of the elves. Oh my goodness.
let's see, he got carried away and started hitting F5.
Mm-hmm.
He got carried away and started hitting F5.
Much like Armani's corpse got carried away.
I know.
Oh my
Bada
god.
boom.
Yeah, these aren't guys we can outclass. So, as a sign of respect, we've just always got to do the best.
So can we outrun them though?
No, there's a ton of them, and I think they have missile weapons.
Can we have Prometheus do a dance off?
Yikes!
Uh-oh.
Wow,
We're
we're
losing everybody.
Oh, here we go.
that
Can you-
F5 works so good.
Can you turn me to stone so they don't want me?
They took the
No.
whip.
They took the whip.
Oh, they took the whip. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so if you play again, you'll be rolling up another character next play. And remember, we're not playing next Friday, which
Okay.
is fine. But here's the sad news.
There's more?
Oh yeah, there's lots more. You get up there and you discover that trolls have eaten your horses.
Our horses are gone.
What were the elves doing while this was
Aha!
happening?
I had no
Oh,
horse. Joke's
the-
on you.
Yeah, really. The elves don't care about you guys' horses.
Okay, so it looks like we're walking.
I think
You're
we should,
walking
we
the-
should curse these elves.
You're walking the 10 miles back to the city.
While we're walking, can I look for any exotic herbs?
Yes, roll a 6-sided die.
So I kind of missed that part. What happened to Armani?
His body was left in the ruins of the elves.
5.
I was going
You
to
got a
trade
5.
him.
Okay. You find no herbs there, buddy.
Got it.
And by the way, trolls ate your horses.
Well, I'm curious. Would it be possible to go down quickly and grab the skulls and bring them back?
No.
Yeah, they said no.
Good question.
Is it possible to take out a hit on these elves?
You can do anything in Greyhawk if you have enough gold.
Or enough poison in tubes.
Obviously,
with
our
no
new
saves.
quest is to reach level 20 and come back and burn the whole place down.
Yes! Yes!
Yes.
My lifelong quest.
We actually got really tired of the elves and the dwarves sucking up our treasures. So we searched the land around Greyhawk Castle and found a great big bunch of entrances down into the dungeon.
There are other ways. Yep, there are other ways.
You guys are going to want to do that too, because there's lots of good stuff there. But now we have lots of paper and pencil time, because this is the calculation time.
All right, can we identify some of the magic items, or do you want the list of monsters first?
No, I'll help you. I'll help you do that. So you get 195 experience points for the orcs.
Got it.
You get 195 experience points for the skeletons.
Okay.
And you get 500 experience points for the gelatinous cube.
Yep.
And those are all divided among all of you except for the dead body.
Got it. So we'll divide by 6.
That we don't care about.
Has anybody tried to train a gelatinous cube?
No,
Well,
but I was gonna cork some of it and bring it along, but I did not. So
You did not.
That would have been awesome.
All right.
I have
So
2 steel flasks, FYI, in the future, so that we can start cataloging crazy monsters.
that'd be great. Yes. The 2 backpacks, the experience for the backpacks only goes to the people that end up with them.
Right.
So we're gonna be rolling percentile dice on that.
What do we call them?
I call them backpacks of holding.
Okay.
And each is worth 10,000 experience points.
Holy bejesus.
Damn.
Holy bejesus. The
And when we roll, like I noticed last time when we rolled, even people who got things kept rolling. If you get something, shouldn't you be diluted for the next roll?
see, that's a question. We always rolled every single item, but you guys can do what you want.
Well,
Okay.
so we can roll every item and then trade. Let's make sure that the right people get the stuff that makes the most sense.
Okie doke. All right.
So I think we can come up with smart solutions based on who needs stuff the most, who can use it the most effectively. So
I would say this real quick. Knowing how valuable those backpacks are and knowing that there's a wizard in the Black Tower, would he take a trade on one of them to bring Armani back?
Yeah, no, that's not the way that works.
right,
No,
and we don't get to the body.
If you wanted to bring back the dead Armani, you would take him to a temple, and you would trade both of those backpacks to raise him to life.
But the wizard could do like a wish and bring him back, right?
Yeah, the wizard's not going to use a wish that ages him 100 years.
Right. Yeah, no one's going to use that.
On anything that you have.
Right.
So let me continue on. Whoever gets the ring,
we have
gets
2
5.
rings. We have the stone ring and the glowing ring.
Yeah, okay. There's 5,000 points on the ring of fire resistance,
Okay.
and there's 1,000 points on the ring of stone to flesh. But once that's used up, the ring itself is going to be worth 5,000 gold. So that will just turn into. No, that's a good question. Actually, you could ask the guy in the Black Tower.
Okay.
Yeah,
That probably is a very useful
I'm sorry,
thing to do.
I'm sorry, Armani. I'm trying. James is working against you.
Yeah, okay. So the silver translates into 20 gold, which you just divide that up, and you get that's 1 point of experience per gold coin. And now here's the gems. Who has a lot of 6-sided dice?
Well, wait. Wasn't there a +3 frost brand too?
there is a glowing sword. There is a glowing sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frost brand.
No, it's a flame sword.
Well, that's the same.
Flame tongue.
And
It's a flame
It's
tongue.
it's flame tongue. It's worth 10,000 experience points.
And what is it like? What's its
Long
stat?
sword. He said.
It bursts into flame when you command it to, but there'll be some ugliness associated with that you don't know about until someone owns it.
I would like
Scorpio
that.
wants that.
And you
Okay,
said
great. Now,
10,000 EXP for that.
we'll 10,000, right? And now we
Yeah.
have 20 gems. Who has a lot of 6-sided dice?
How many?
How many?
Well, we
No,
have
I-
all the 6-sided dice here in the world that you want with the roller.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Nick, how many 6-sided dice do you have right now?
I can have up to 99.
Infinite.
Okay, so pull out 20.
Oh,
Okay.
this is the Gary doubling thing. Oh
This
my
is
God.
the Gary doubling thing. It's so much fun. Gary used to do this because he loved it so much.
So
Yeah.
I rolled 1 6, 2 6, 3
Okay,
6,
how
4
many
6.
sixes did you roll?
I
1, 2,
rolled
5,
5 6s.
6.
Okay.
No, it looks like. Oh no, 2 people did it. Sorry.
No.
Five sixes. Okay, now just a second. I've got to do 15 times this. Got to use my calculator again. You guys are making me work very hard here. 15 times 500 equals.
You know what I'm wondering? What would be really cool if Arlen went back to his temple and gathered up a whole bunch of clerical knights and quested for the body of Armani on behalf of Leroy Jenkins.
All right, so the normal gems are worth 7,500 experience points.
Okay.
And that's 25 of them are worth that.
No, that's 15 of them that are worth
15. Oh, there's 20 total.
that. Okay,
Got it.
and now Nick is rolling 5 six-sided dice and hoping for lots of sixes.
Okay, 1 second here. We get no 6s.
Okay, so those are worth 1,000 apiece. So that's 5,000 more experience points to be divided up with the group.
Okay.
I'll put this all onto the sheet.
Okay, that's everything, but now we have to roll for the magic items, starting with...
There were some silver plates too.
Oh,
Right.
thank you very much. I forgot those. Those are 1,000 silver, so that translates into 100 gold. So that's 1,300 experience points for the plates. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now, so the first ring we're going to roll for is the fire resistance ring. Everybody rolls percentile dice except for the guy who died.
65.
I'm a 63.
65.
Lance, I
65.
think you're the winner.
Nicole,
Prometheus.
Nick,
Oh, there-
Prometheus, the 68. You're the
There's
winner.
the 68.
what do I
Okay,
get?
fire resistance ring.
All right.
That gives you 5,000 experience points all by itself.
Yep.
Okay.
Boom.
Now we have the stone to flesh ring. Okay,
Okay.
everybody roll.
53.
69.
I think
82.
69 wins.
Prometheus rolled a 98.
Oh, you got a 98? Wow, that means you get that ring too. That's worth 1,000 experience points.
God,
Wow.
he's gonna look like Prince.
Nice.
I know.
Very
You can
cool.
only wear 2 rings, and the smart people wear the rings on their toes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Always do that.
that takes us to the firebrand longsword. Everybody roll.
54.
06.
88.
I have displeased the great and mighty
Maybe it's
Leroy
wrong.
Jenkins.
Four.
Okay,
The monk gets the flaming sword.
but he can't use it.
Monk,
Doesn't
I
mean
will
he
But the
can't
question
sell
is,
it.
do I get the XP for it?
No, you
No,
know.
you don't get experience for it either. You have to trade it to somebody, maybe for some gems or something
Well,
that would give you experience points.
or why not have it just go to the person who got the second highest?
No, it doesn't. That's not the way it works. You
Monk,
got it. Now you need to do something with it.
Okay.
Monk, I'll trade you for that ring of fire resistance, which is how much was the EXP?
Half.
5,000?
It's 5,000 versus 10,000.
If you're going to hang with Crom, you're going to need that ring.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I trade you the sword for the ring.
Especially if you're giving him a flaming sword. So that was,
So how about 10K for 10K?
that seems like a good deal.
Levi, is that okay with you?
So are both of the rings 5K each? Is that
No.
No. So he's right now he's cheating you. He's
Yeah.
giving you a 5,000 experience points, and he's taking 10,000 experience points.
I will
That's
give
what
you
was asking.
both. I
What's
will
the
give you both
XP
rings.
for this?
There we go. So now he's giving you 6,000 experience points, plus you get some very useful items, and he gets 10,000 experience points.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right. So Levi, you just got 6,000 experience points.
And
It's
Nick
fine.
got,
Flaming Got it.
a 10,000.
You have the flame tongue?
And what plus is in that to hit?
That's only a +1, but as you use it, you're going to discover some remarkable things.
Wonderful.
Remarkable.
Okay, so now, did you happen to do a total, Andrew, on the total gold?
We have the gold, but we still have 2 magic items, the 2 backpacks of holding.
Oh, backpacks of holding. Everybody roll for 1.
80.
85.
A 3.
Ooh, Andrew's happy.
Prometheus gets a 7.
Okay, Andrew gets 1 that's worth 10,000 experience points. Which takes us to the second one that Andrew really can't get, so don't even bother, Andrew.
I will not roll. Got it.
Roll them bones, buddy.
Prometheus rolls a 4.
92.
I got a roll.
Scorpio.
Ooh.
Lance.
Who rolled? That was Lance. Got that?
Yes.
Okay, 10,000 experience points, buddy. Now, if you would sell those, you wouldn't get the experience points. But if you use them, you do get the experience points.
I definitely plan on using them.
All right.
So,
And-
the gold I have, Jim, I have
Yes.
in each of the backpacks, I had 100 GP, 30 copper, and the conversion of the silver, which was 20 GP and 1,300 for the bar, and that's all in. Oh, now
what about the gems?
the gems comes to 12,500.
Okay. You guys are gonna love this.
Wait a minute. What were the normal gems 7,500 each, or all
No, total.
No, the normal gems were 500 each,
Oh.
and for every 6 he rolled, he got double. The 5 turned into 1,000 each.
And they keep
Okay.
doubling as long as you keep rolling 6.
They do. It's just remarkable. I wound up with 1,000,000 gold piece gem once. I was very happy. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 people. So this number divided by 6 equals 2,336 experience points for the treasure, and that you can spend. This is just like money.
2,336 is for gold piece value. Got it.
Yes. And so now, one of the ultimate things you really want to do is build a castle around the city of Greyhawk. It's really kind of a very fun thing to do, but you'll need about 1,000,000 gold to do that.
Got it.
All right, so that was the adventure. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun, and
Absolutely.
and we know who to kill and who to destroy next time.
I had so much fun.
And we know don't trust Prometheus with any paste.
So how
Alana,
does
you will
the
have to make a new character if you come back.
Yes, exactly. Please do.
It's
And
good
anything
practice.
you
Good
want.
practice.
Anything you
if
want.
I wanted to trade or get rid of my torches and buy some sort of forward-facing lantern?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that,
no problem. You don't have to get rid of your torches to do that.
Well, Cleric, you can cast some continual light spells on some stones for us. and
So
that'll
can the magic user.
I don't have the spell.
Oh, okay.
So what
I'm
was
going
the
to buy a
total
really nice new
collection on
10-foot pole.
monsters?
What was that question? I'm sorry. What was that question?
What was the total experience collection on monsters?
I haven't done that yet, but I'll calc it out for us.
Oh, okay.
Right now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 890 experience for monsters, unless you get 10%. And I'll include in the chart. I've now made a Excel sheet that'll be attached to this, so you guys will see the chart based on original number and then 10% calc.
Ooh,
Yeah,
aren't we glad that Andrew is around?
Definitely making this a lot easier for.
So yeah, I'm very sorry, Armenia, for dying, but that's just life. And it happens. It happens all the time. If they would have brought
Especially
back,
around Nick.
if they would have brought back a stone version of you and got you unstoned, then you could have collected your share. But that didn't happen.
Do I want to be unstoned though? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
So I assume in the next round, some of us are going to come back as like level 4 or whatever.
Yes.
For sure, that'll happen. Not good friend Prometheus, because he's dividing it in half, but he might raise up in thief levels.
Well, Walt, do you want to take us out?
I would love that. We want to thank everybody for coming out and spending an afternoon with Sci-Fi Writers playing old school D&D. We won't be here next week because, I suck. But then the week after that, we will be recovering, returning, and adventuring forth in the name of our fallen friend Armani on behalf of the god, Leroy.
All right. There we go.
Cheers.
Very good, everybody.
Cheers.
Leroy.